Hi, I'm Jen Spencer, and this is Jen Spencer's 10-Minute Book Club. Hi, readers. I'm so glad you're here tonight to join me. I have a really fun author. Her name is Kristy Tate. We talked about some really fun things, specifically her book, Small Town Secrets, which sounds really delightful. I know you're going to love hearing about it. Please remember to sign up for my newsletter, because if you do, you'll get a free copy of Dandelion Meadows' Christmas Kisses. It's a hilarious and really fun, sweet romantic comedy. So I hope you check that out. Now I'm really excited to introduce Kristy Tate. Kristy, thank you so much for being here.
You're absolutely welcome. I'm thrilled to meet you and to
Oh,
be part of things.
I'm always so honored when people actually agree to be on the book club. I'm just so excited. It makes me so happy. So thank you. I love talking about books, and especially romantic books. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your books.
I'm Kristy Tate. I have 6 children, 12 grandchildren, one St. Bernard, and one husband. I adore them all. I live in Orange County, California, but I was raised in a small town north of Seattle.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Orange County. Okay, we'll have to talk about that later, because I used to live there a long time ago. So
Okay.
loved it. The traffic was horrible, but I always thought, I know why people live here, because the weather is beautiful all year round.
Yeah. I mean, COVID had its drawbacks, but one of them was traffic was pretty non-existent.
Oh,
So it was kind of surreal.
I bet.
And every once in a while, we're like, oh, darn, we missed that. We missed that.
True. My husband is right now currently in Amsterdam. He's there for business, and he sent me this picture. He said there are bikes everywhere. He said just hardly any cars. Everybody rides a bike. So thought that was interesting, but it's too big out here. There's just so much space. We can't ride a bike everywhere.
Well, we have, since the electric bikes have become all the rage, we have just flocks of these pre-teens out on their
Oh,
motorized bikes. And it's pretty scary. I talked to a friend who works in the emergency room, and she said that it's not the kids who are getting hurt, it's the senior citizens on their bikes that are getting there. They're actually the ones who are coming into the emergency rooms. They're the ones who are getting banged up on their bikes because they probably think, well, I do. I know I do. I think that I have a 20-year-old body, and I don't anyway, I don't.
yes, I have a dear friend who was out on her e-bike, and she fell and just crushed her ankle. And I thought, okay, I guess I'm not getting an e-bike. Well, Kristy, tell us about this book that we're talking about today.
Well, I am currently writing a contemporary Christian women's fiction series about a family living on an organic food farm in rural Washington.
Oh,
Um,
fun.
yeah, that's where I'm from. And there are 7 kids in the family, and each will have a romance with a hint of suspense. The one I'm working on right now is it's um, so a woman who works for a publisher in New York comes to a small town in the Pacific Northwest where she meets our hero. And our hero is an attorney, and he's been hired by a man who wrote a series called The Musings. And it's a series loosely based, well, it's not anything like Twilight, but I want it to have the same sort of fandom that Twilight had.
Okay.
But he writes under a pen name. Yeah, so he writes under a pen name, and someone has set up a scavenger hunt, and the winner will get to meet the author, and the author is not okay with that because everyone thinks everyone thinks the author is this, young, hip 30-year-old who's written these Twilight type books. And actually it's this gruff 80-year-old guy, and he doesn't want to he doesn't want to have his pen name revealed. And anyway, he confides in his attorney, who happens to be the hero, and then the woman who works for the publisher, she comes out to smooth things over, and they both get involved in the scavenger hunt with the idea that they're going to win to keep anyone else from winning. Anyway, it's
I love
kind of a
that.
romantic adventure, yeah. And then book 3 is, I call it Charlie and the Chocolate Factory meets the Bachelorette sort of book. So
Okay,
they
cute.
they're mysteries without being called mysteries, because no one dies. The first one in this series is called Small Town Life, or Small Town Secrets.
Small Town Secrets. Okay.
Yeah.
So fun. So fun. Okay. Well, I have a bunch of kind of rapid fire questions for you. First of all, what is your favorite romantic movie?
Well, that was really hard for me, because I have lots of favorite romantic movies. Romancing the Stone,
Ooh,
Kate and Leopold. These kind of age me, right? Kate and Leopold, You've Got Mail, and Notting Hill.
Green Hill.
Yeah, I love all of those.
Oh, I do like all of those. I really did love Kate and Leopold, but I just have a real problem with time travel, because there's so many things that can go wrong, and just it's anyway. But yes, I loved that one. I thought
Yeah.
that was really a cute one. Okay, so have you got like the worst movie that you have seen that you think everybody should see?
Oh, that one was easy. Gone with the Wind.
Oh, really? That's the worst movie.
It's so, I mean, have you watched it as an adult? I mean,
No,
I remember the
it's
first time
been, yeah,
when
it's
I was in
probably
junior
been.
high, I was so in love. Yeah. I was so in love. I was so in love with Rhett. I was just so in love with that book. I had pictures of Clark Gable all over my room.
Wow.
I read that book it's like 1,000 pages long, and I read it like in 3 days. And I told my mom I was sick, because I would stay up every night late reading it, and then I'd be too sick to go to school in the morning. And then I was just a marathon, and I loved it. But as an adult, I watch it now, and it's so cheesy, and, and Rhett is such a chauvinist. Um,
True.
but I think everyone should see it. I just, the cinematography in it, and it was made in the 30s, I think.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, and just what they were able to do, and oh, just the sweeping magnificence of it. And yet, I mean, good heavens, if a Rhett Butler showed up dating one of my daughters, I'd chase him off with a shotgun. And but yes, so
Although
that
with
one.
if Scarlett O'Hara came and wanted to date one of your
That's
sons,
true.
you might have the same reaction, right? They,
Absolutely.
they deserved each other, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. If Scarlett showed up as one of my daughter-in-laws, oh my goodness. Yeah,
So there you go.
but yes, so that.
Okay, so do you ever binge watch anything? Have you got a show that you like to binge watch that you would recommend to people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Have you seen it's a British comedy. It's called The Detectorists.
No, I've never even heard of that.
Oh, I love that show. So fun. It's about a couple of guys who they own those metal detectors, and they're very passionate about it. It's a romance. I mean, it's a comedy. It's just a comedy about these two guys and their metal detectors, and the um kind of the competition between other guys with their metal detectors. And it's
That sounds very clever.
yeah, it's super fun. It's super fun. I really like that
Oh, I love that. Okay, so what is a
show.
book
I would
that you
highly
would
recommend it.
read over and over again?
Um, that Well, I think you could say this for all of Jane Austen's books, but just particularly Pride and Prejudice. I feel like I learn something new every time I read it.
Mm. You know what? That's my book too. That's the one I would choose. I used to read it every year. I haven't read it for a while, but yes, so beautiful in so many ways. I just love
Yeah.
that book.
And it's funny. I mean, here it was written hundreds of years ago, and yet I still feel like I know those characters. Like I know those people. I know people just like those people. So, yeah.
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
she is very, just her characterizations are so masterful. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I just love her. Oh, yes, that's a great one. Okay, here's the last question. You're stuck on a desert island. Would you rather have a lifetime supply of chocolate or toilet paper?
I'm definitely toilet paper.
You have a
I'm a
more
sucker for my
practical
creature
side.
comforts, uh, and too much sugar makes me a crazy person. So um, I think I could see myself getting sick of the chocolate, and I don't see myself ever getting sick of toilet paper.
So true. Well, one of the writers I interviewed said, "Oh, chocolate. Why would anyone choose toilet paper?" And I thought, it's kind of this. You're either the chocolate person or the toilet paper person. There really are two kinds of people in the world, and I'm that same way. I'm a toilet paper person. Well, Christy, it has been so much fun talking to you. Thank you for being here. And readers, please be sure and check out her book and tell me the name again, Small Town Secrets.
Small Town Secrets. It's up.
Oh, no, no,
You're
no.
welcome.
Did I record it? Oh, I did. I've only done that once.